and I did my senior project on therapeutic horseback riding. The problems that I looked at, therapeutic riding is an excellent but underutilized alternative medicine. And so from that, my big question was, how does therapeutic riding benefit people facing challenges? People facing challenges can be a wide range of things. I went to Hopewell Ranch and worked with some people there. I'll talk a little bit more about that. But they work with everybody from kids and families who, the kids were just adopted, so they work with the kids and the families to get them kind of, it's something that they can do together to kind of integrate. They work with kids with autism. They work with people who have maybe had like a big loss in the family and just need something to work with. ADHD kids who just need something to kind of focus on. A lot of abused kids who are in foster care. So people facing challenges can really be anything. So my goal was to educate community members about the benefits of therapeutic riding to increase participation and support. So why it matters to me, I've been horseback riding and showing for 11 years. I've definitely learned a lot from it. I feel like I learned a lot from the sport that I probably could never have learned in a classroom, which is probably how a lot of you feel about something that you do. I've really grown up with it, and so it's definitely something to do, like they said, tell you never give up. Well, it's something that you actually have to apply that to, and you have to be responsible, so it's something you actually have to apply it to. So. Did you know, these are just some facts about therapeutic riding, which were included in my presentation that I gave to various members in the horse community that I was actually sharing this project with. So these are just some quick facts. 40% of American adults use some form of alternative medicine. Now, whether that's massage therapy or some kind of physical therapy, but 40% of American adults use it. There are more than 800 PATH international centers worldwide. PATH is an organization that they certify kind of the instructors. They do a lot of research and development as far as like educational programs go, all of that kind of stuff. So PATH is really big. Therapeutic riding is popular with recovering veterans. This I thought was really cool because in one of my little historical things, therapeutic riding was popular after World War I, when England started rehabilitating their veterans who were injured in the war with therapeutic riding. And it's still popular with veterans today. We have a lot of soldiers coming back from the Middle East who use it. Basic math and reading are easily taught through riding, which was really interesting to me because when I started this project, I did know a little bit about riding, but this isn't something that like I would have thought you could do. But especially for kids who have some kind of like cognitive challenge or who don't really do well in school, it's a lot easier for them because they aren't as resistant to it. They teach a lot of reading and math through games, and so it becomes a lot more fun and sort of they want to try to learn. Theodore Roosevelt used riding to overcome severe childhood asthma. I thought this was really interesting. That's why you always see Teddy Roosevelt with his horse. He grew up with his horse and he loved it. And his father actually had him do it because his older sister had problems with her back. And in that time period, the only solution were big braces and you couldn't walk and things like that. So he actually had his kids ride to overcome their illnesses. And then Teddy Roosevelt Sr. went on to open New York's first orthopedic hospital. So I thought that was really interesting. And obviously, Teddy Roosevelt Jr. went on to become our president. So. Liz Hartel was the one who really brought notice to therapeutic riding. She was, I think, Swedish, and she had polio. And after she had ridden before, she had polio, and then afterwards she couldn't walk without crutches. So she went on to win the Olympic silver medal in dressage, which dressage is one of 3 Olympic horseback riding events. So, and it's actually very difficult. So it's really impressive that she was able to do that. And that really got people moving, like maybe this really is something we can use. So in my presentation that I presented to a bunch of other people, I just talked about the benefits. Physical benefits, they're pretty obvious. It's kind of anything you would get with other therapies. Improved balance, muscle coordination, things like that. Emotional benefits, these kind of things are a little more unique to therapeutic riding. Emotionally, a lot of kids who have these kind of challenges like abused kids and kids with autism and other things, they have a hard time connecting to people. And so if they can work with a horse or any kind of other animal, Hopewell has a lot of different animals, so the little kids who come in, if they're afraid of the horses, it's okay, they can build them up. So emotional benefits, you can get the connections, and then maybe if you can connect with a horse, maybe you'll be able to apply it to something else. So emotional benefits are huge. Educational benefits, I talked about the reading and the math. They have really, really cool programs, really cool games that they play in teams. So educational benefits are definitely different. You wouldn't get those from sitting in a therapist's office or at physical therapy, so that's really cool too. Psychological benefits, those are also very cool. Once again, it's not something you would find in other kinds of therapies. And the biggest one is like a sense of control. A lot of the kids who have gone through these kinds of things don't ever really feel in control of themselves or their environments. So to give them a horse or any other kind of animal that they can work with, that they can make them feel more in control of the situation and in control of themselves. So that can help build things up as well. So what I did, I created a Prezi that had the physical, emotional, all those benefits on it, and had a whole bunch of things listed out, as well as the history and why it's important and how they need more help. And then I also went to Hopewell Ranch and I met with Jody Stuber. She's the co-founder. And for any of you who don't know, it's only about 20 minutes away. It's like between Waveman and Lake Isabella. They have over 50 kids who come and ride with them. And the oldest one, he's 21, and the rest are younger. But they have everything. They have the reading and math programs. They have games, and some of their things have been really amazing. I unfortunately didn't get to meet with any of the kids because the one who was scheduled to be there when I was there was ill. But they have a lot of kids, a lot of success stories that, like, I went there and it was definitely a lot more than it was different from reading the information online. Like, of course, here's the physical and the emotional benefits, but they have a little boy who is 14 now. The doctors told him that he wouldn't be able to walk after 9 because he has a deteriorating condition. He's 14, he walks, he runs, he plays soccer, and he horseback rides. And they took him off all of his medication, and all he does is he comes and rides now 3 times a week. So that has really helped him. They have a little girl who is told she'll never be able to walk, and after her first couple of horseback riding lessons, she started walking with a walker. So it's things like that. It's really inspirational. So I went and met with them. You can go ahead. And so in this project, I just really wanted to spread the word. Like, it is really cool. They always need volunteers. If you know anybody who maybe needs this, Hopewell Ranch provides it all for free. So where other places are charged $150 and up for a 45-minute lesson, you can go to Hopewell for free. So they really depend on their volunteers and people in the community. So who I've shared this project with, I've kind of told you guys, but I also shared it with my 4-H club and the Isabella County 4-H leaders. So that was really cool. And then since it was a Prezi and it was online, it was sent to all of Hopewell's volunteers and donors and families. So they've all got to see it. They really liked it. And then another thing that we got to do through 4-H, some of you may have heard of it, it's the PET program. It's the Proud Equestrian Program, and it's offered through Isabella County 4-H and other 4-H, other people in Michigan as well. And so my club, like I said, I presented to my club, and our project for this year has now become a donation to the PET program. So we are donating $1,000, and the horse leaders are matching us for $1,000, and we're building a shed for the handicap program to use to store their equipment in. Because right now it's all kind of spread out